You know what I'm saying? I
Brother
did go like,
Shaka,
oh, yeah.
let me say this before I go. You are
Yeah.
one of the most dangerous brothers in our community. Why? Because he has been listening for a long time. And when you say something, he's going to say, wait, but you said this on this day. Here's the video.
And he's going to have the
He is one of the
documentation.
most dangerous brothers in our community. And so I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that Soneta's audience now knows about you. He was talking to me about Shaka. I thought he was talking about Shaka almost for a second. Because Soneta love him some Shaka Ma'at forever. So I'm just honored that now we have a more global. I know Rob Moore was kind of making a joke, but he was also making a comment. The reality is that this internet is going to allow Africans all over the world to connect on our interest, and that is powerful. That is powerful.
Yes.
I'm honored to be on. I promise I will communicate with you. I'm watching your shows ardently, Shaka. So whenever you would like me to come and chat with you privately or publicly, please let me know.
Yeah.
Okay?
I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Free Talk, Questions and Answers. Let me first check the sound quality. Give me one moment. Sounds good on my end. Now, first, I was gonna go live after seeing this video. And let me just get the fair use disclaimer out of the way. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allowances made for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So earlier today, I came across this video. It came on my feed on YouTube. Title is A Historian Explains the Evidence for the Resurrection of Jesus. It is Dr. Gary Habermas. You can see it was uploaded 4 years ago and it has 1.5 million views. And then I changed my mind. Actually, I said it before, but many times I'm thinking about addressing the topic and I change my mind. That's why sometimes when I'm on lunch break or if I finish work early, then I have more chances on going live. But a lot of time, as time goes by, I change my mind. But then what happened? I got home. Oh, V Bennett is in the place to be. I got home And hours later, guess what comes in my feed? The same channel uploaded a particular part that I wanted to comment on. And here it is. Now, the first one that I've shown, it was 36 minutes long. Now, this one here, as you can see, it is 6 minutes long. It's the same channel called Capturing Christianity, 243,000 subscribers. That video, same date, more or less 4 years ago. It has 490,000 views, and the title is the historical facts argument for the resurrection. As a matter of fact, let me just share it in the chat if anybody's interested. And I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm going to address it then. So here it is in the chat, if you are interested. So I'm going to play half of it, okay? Let's listen up.
So what is like your 5-minute spiel on the evidence in support of the resurrection? These are facts, these are historical facts, and this is what you specialize in. So
I start with what I call a minimal facts argument. It's a species of reliability, one of the reliability arguments, but where most reliability arguments are top-down arguments. If the book is reliable, it's like an umbrella. Everything under it gets kept, from the rain. If the book is generally true, whatever's reported under it is accurate. Mine's a bottom up, and instead of an umbrella, I would suggest an example of a brick wall with individual facts being bricks that we put together to build a case from the bottom up. And I've used anywhere from 3 to 7 over the years. Lately, I've been doing 6. And I would say Jesus died by crucifixion. His disciples had experiences that they believe were appearances of the risen Jesus. Because of their belief that he was raised, it is the event that has turned the world upside down religiously. In fact, a recent book on non-believing Jews and the resurrection, they even acknowledge, not being Christians, that Christianity is a resurrection religion. It was the resurrection that powered the religion, powered the teachings, even to the point of being willing to die. And we do have first century sources for arguably the 3 largest names in Christianity. 4, very important, it was proclaimed very early. And today, critics, the consensus position is that you can track the resurrection preaching back to immediately after the cross. In fact, the way it's often stated by, say, Bart Ehrman, is that when Paul said yes to Jesus on the way to Damascus, there was already a body of data called the early creeds that are later written in the New Testament, but they were already being noised abroad. When Paul said yes, there were these heavy creeds, about 80% of which are in the deity, death, resurrection of Jesus, because that's a major message. They were already in existence. So when Paul didn't invent Christianity, the main reason, when he came to Christ, the message he hated most, we already have data from that 2-year period before Paul. And then the last 2 would be individuals, James, the brother of Jesus, and Paul, both of whom become Christians because they believed they had experiences which were appearances of the risen Jesus. Those are the 6 I would use. And to my knowledge, I've had dialogues with atheists, agnostics, scholars, specialists, and they don't dispute any of those.
So how do they respond to this, that you have these facts?
How do they respond to this, that you have these facts? Let's hear a few more seconds.
And you establish them historically, and you say
you've established them historically. Now, that's amazing to me. In the chat, I'm sharing my article about the Bible and Jesus Christ. You have the link here. This person mentioned Bart Ehrman. Well, this is a quote from Bart Ehrman. And what does it say? That Paul is the earliest Christian author. Here it is. Because you've heard what this gentleman just said. He starts off by saying, basically, if the book is accurate, everything that comes under it is accurate. And he says that we have data immediately after the cross. And he names Paul. What did Dr. Bart D. Ehrman write in his book, Did Jesus Exist? He said, the Apostle Paul is our earliest surviving Christian author of any kind. Many readers of the Bible assume that the Gospels were the first books of the New Testament to be written, since they appear first in the New Testament and discuss the life of Jesus, who obviously started it all. But Paul was writing some years before the Gospels. His first letter, 1 Thessalonians, is usually dated to 49 CE. His last, Romans, to some 12 or 13 years after that. It is commonly said among mythicists that Paul does not speak about the historical man Jesus and has no understanding of the historical man Jesus. This simply is not true, as an examination of his writings shows full well. Apparently, one reason mythicists want to make this claim is precisely that Paul is our earliest available witness, writing within 20 years of the traditional date of Jesus' death. One way that some mythicists have gotten around the problem, that is, our earliest Christian source, refers to the historical Jesus in several places by claiming that these references to Jesus were not originally in Paul's writings. But it is important to remember that when Christians today think about their faith, they often think about the ultimate source of their faith in the New Testament, which begins with Gospels that describe the things Jesus said and did. And so for Christians today, it only makes sense that a Christian is informed about Jesus' life. But when Paul was writing, there were no Gospels. They were written later. And you know what's interesting? Is this mention of the historical Jesus. To me, it's similar to saying the historical Spider-Man, or the historical Batman, or the historical Superman. There is not a single record for Jesus during his lifetime. The life tale of Jesus talks about not only his resurrection, but we have two people that resurrected before Jesus Christ. The little girl he resurrected, and Lazarus that he resurrected as well. Is that established historically? And then we have many miracles performed by Jesus in front of people. That's according to the narrative, the tale. Is that historical? So if anybody talks about a historical Jesus and we don't have any attestation historically, and V. Bennett wrote, nope, LOL. Why do they say historical Jesus? Them saying historical Jesus is just trying to push that claim that his historicity is attested. V. Bennett wrote, the stories are borrowed and really designed to cover up many historical truth. I wouldn't say it's designed to cover up historical truth. I'm just saying his historicity is not attested. So what do they do? Well, this person mentioned this, that person mentioned that, and yesterday, or the day before yesterday, as a matter of fact, I almost forgot. I was looking for a video, I found it, so I shared it in my community timeline. So I'm going to share it. We had some Christian apologists who came, and the video is called Jesus and Moses, any record during their lifetime. Oh my goodness, those Christian apologists made some claims, and it was just amazing. that they will come publicly and make the claims that they have made. It's just so all over the place. Here, the link is in the chat. Jesus and Moses, any record during their lifetime? Question mark. Oh my goodness. Anyway, another thing I wanted to show. This came on my feed as well. Now, this article is in French, but there is an English one. I just want you to see that it's dated July 11, 2024. You see, it is National Geographic. So it talks about Ramesses II, who ruled for 66 years and had 100 children. Now, this title says that he basically caused chaos. You can see it's written the same way in French, in Egypt, right? Now, there is an English article which was written months before, and I'm sharing the link in the chat. So basically, that one was just translated and uploaded today. So here's the link to the English article. Same, also obviously same website, National Geographic. There it is. And you can see Ramesses II ruled for 70 years and had 100 children. Now it says Egypt paid the price. So, you know, it's not exactly the same title, but it's the same author, of course, Maite Mascourt. Now, for the record, now see this one was February 16, 2023. So that was a year prior the French translation. Now, for the record, this person is a PhD in archaeology, and here I'm sharing the link to Barcelona University. You have it in the chat, and you can see Universitat de Barcelona, and here you can see first paragraph. On Monday, 12 February, the directors of the campaign, Maite Mascourt, PhD in archaeology from the UB, which is University of Barcelona. Okay, so now let's go back to the article. Look at this. I already have that one taken by a photographer who worked with Zahi Hawass and many other Egyptologists. But this is not National Geographic. So I'm like, okay. This is Seti I, who is Ramesses II's father. And there's one era where people have been slick, and sometimes myself, I even use the term red ochre, red ochre, red ochre. You know, so it's best to try to say ochre, period. But here we have the white of the eye. The color of the skin doesn't look red to me. So we could say at least brown, at least. Now, another thing. Here. Who this is? Merenptah. Now, you heard about the Merenptah stele. Merenptah is Ramesses II's son. Now, look at the skin tone. Look at the skin color. Here you have an idea of how it was originally, but over time it has faded away. Now, when we go up right here, and I have a video of that. This is from a Florence museum in Italy. This is Queen Nefertari, the great royal wife of Ramesses II. And he says that she's depicted in a relief from her tomb in the Valley of the Queen. Now, if we look closely, these are the kind of paintings that they love to show when the color has faded away. Now, you can tell on the face that it has faded away because you can compare with her arms. You can compare with the stomach area, right? And if you look at this individual right here, you can have an idea of how the color was, how brown it was initially. But regardless, if you focus on her, you have, once again, her arms and stomach area. Or just her arms, and you can see how the color was initially. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share. So, somebody want to say what's up, feel free. If not, I'll call it a day. I'm sharing the link. You need to use a webcam if you want to get on the panel. Now, if you don't want to get on the panel, feel free to use the chat. It's open to everybody. You can ask a question, you can make a statement, you can agree or disagree. Feel free. If there's anything else you want to address, any news, any current event, or past event, feel free. I hope you're doing well, though. Now, when it comes to the Exodus story, I did upload a video. I can't even show you. In it, but I'm going through my community timeline. Oh no, it was left. It was a comment left, so it's not in my community timeline, but it's the uploads. Going down, should take me long. I think the title had evidence. There it is. That was 2 months ago. Oh, did he remove his comment? I don't see it. Okay, never mind. He may have removed his comments. This is a good thing I didn't name the person. Okay, there's nobody. It's all good. I've only been streaming for 24 minutes. No, I may wait a few minutes go by, because when you go live, it takes a little while for stream to appear in people's community timeline. So, I'll just wait. I'll have a little bit of time. And if there's nobody here, I'll call it a day, but feel free for any questions or comments. But once again, you can see, everybody can see that we all know the foundation of these tales is the Exodus story. It's not attested historically. And After that, there are so many tales and so many claims, and even 1500 years, 1500 years after the lifetime of Moses, still for Jesus Christ, there's no attestation for his historicity, let alone his life and miracles and so on. So they came with the term historical Jesus. People are free to believe in whatever they want, but believing is not knowing. So for people to claim that their belief is a fact just because they believe in a book, that's not a historical that's not historical, period. You know? So what do? They talk among each other. They go around the world and make claims, but we know how this was spread. How these beliefs were spread. It was through conquest. People didn't have much of a choice. Now that the conquests are over, they have these fields many different schools and titles dealing with theology, not history, not archaeology, theology. And you have people who earn PhDs in that field, and they say things similar to what we have heard. A person claiming to rely on historical data, and he names Paul and claims that Paul relied on some previous data that's not named, that's not even in existence. Can somebody tell me how old the earliest writings of Paul are? The earliest writings of Paul, where are they? How old are they? Of course, we'll talk about copies because the original don't exist. Vibene wrote, "At work, bro, but I love the topic, but I keep missing the timing." Well, there's no timing, but I have an idea of what you mean. Now, Mocho Masenia wrote, "Ha ha ha, a PhD in myth, real funny." Now, but they have those fields. Now, personally, I don't use that term, but theology is belief. Theology is religion. And many times they go around and make claims like that, talking about history and data. So they are very skilled with those, with their vernacular. But once again, I've been around for a long time, and you've seen me having discussions with all those people who claim to teach, who claim to bring facts, who claim to be teachers, who claim to be scholars, and what data have they shown for the Exodus story, for Jesus Christ? A lot of people till today don't even know that there isn't a single record that mentions Jesus during his lifetime. A lot of people don't know that because they're going to hear so-called scholars or people like the person that I quoted a couple of days ago, who came up with a video, the 10 biggest, I'm paraphrasing, but okay, let me just say the title correctly. 10 biggest evidence for Jesus outside of the Bible. Just like those Christian apologists, the link that I have shared. Those two guys, one from England, one from Saudi Arabia, those two Christian apologists talking about evidence for the Ark of Covenant. The guy from England, he actually went on Speaker's Corner in London, they talk about the Ark of Covenant. He started talking about evidence for the chariots of Pharaoh that followed Moses. They even talked about the Shroud of Turin. Bennett wrote the timing of the show. He wrote, okay, well, I ain't gonna go there. No, we have to be, we have to chill though. We have to chill, but feel free. But don't take offense if I don't. Sometimes, I don't read some comments. My purpose is not to make fun of people's belief. People are free to believe what they want. My only issue is people presenting their belief as facts, as historical facts. That's my issue, you see. So if some of you know some apologists in any theology that would like to have a discussion, then tell them. You know how I get down. I don't screen the callers. The link is there. But don't be surprised if they don't show up, because those Christians are apologists. And that dude. Let me see. Hold on. What's his name? I shared the link so I will see his name. You know what? Let's review what was said.
Yeah, so the 5,000 chariots.
Okay, well, I 5,000 chariots. Hold on, I'm gonna go a little bit forward. I mean, gonna go previous.
The Bible is
Go back a little bit.
true. Speak a little bit of French, mate.
He says
just like
he
to-
lives in England in French. Okay. Is there any way my daughter's in the place to be? I had to remove the music because in that video that I'm playing, there is a background music. Fact Doctor wrote, Scam Cheddar looking real sad and pathetic these days. He got his karma for real. And there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of changes. It's a wrap, but it is what it is. This dude messed up, disrespecting people's family members, their fathers, their mothers, their children, publicly live on air on several occasions. It is what it is. Maybe you can speak closer to the mic because there's a fair bit of background noise. It's about something fearful.
And I do the apologetic. I do apologetics. I have a YouTube channel, and I do the apologetics, which is the evidence of the Bible. So my question to you is: do you believe the Bible is true?
No.
No. Okay. So,
for example, we don't have any attestation for the historicity of Moses. Same for Jesus. There's not a single writing during their lifetime that mentions them. You see, so the Exodus story is fictional. It's folklore. It never happened. Or you can laugh, but if you have proof, feel free to share it with us.
Okay, not a problem. Let me just go grab a video for you. Do you want to just type in Ron Wyatt?
No.
No, I'm going to show you. Mention Exodus. I do, but my computer's so slow. I'm actually processing a YouTube video. I do know how to do it. Just
because honestly,
just give me maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay, feel free. But one thing though, I don't wish to watch a video, but you're welcome to share artifacts, that mentions Moses or Jesus during their lifetime.
Okay, well,
you know that doesn't exist, do you?
I'll go better than that. I'll go better than that one, Monfrere. So you mentioned Exodus, didn't you? Where Moses parted the sea.
Yes.
You know the story?
Mhm.
Okay, and then when
Yes,
when
I'm
they got out the
familiar
other
with the
side of the
story.
river, the river came back on and it destroyed all the 5,000 chariots, the 5,000 Egyptian chariots. And the Bible's very specific. If I was to tell to you that 4,000 years later, in the place where it is said that the chariots were destroyed.
Now, for the record, I went on his channel. It seems that he removed the live stream. He actually streamed my stream. He told me if I was okay. I said, yeah, fine, no problem, right? And the title was something, but I think you're going to mention me naming the title in that video. I'm not sure if I'm going to play all of it, but all of it, sorry. It was, the title was something to the effect of this person denies everything of the Bible, something like that, right? And in the comments, actually in the description, if I'm not mistaken, I think he wrote like something, oh, we're going to address that later on. And in the comments, he was, popping off, and the other guy also came off, had a comment. I reviewed it anyway, but he realized that it was such a bad look. So he did the best thing. He removed it, because it was really, but anyway, it's all good. If you've been at Ruth Shaka, you made that guy look silly. I disagree, brother. He made claims. I did not tell him, okay, go ahead and say this and do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's not my purpose. That's not my purpose to make people look silly. You know what I'm saying? I love the dialogue. We will never agree on everything. That's how life is. But once again, my issue is people making claims of historical facts or historical data, and really, they're just trying to promote their belief, what they believe in. If you've been at Road, oh yes, true, he made himself look silly. But anyway, let's continue with the video.
You can find those chariots today. Now, those chariots, the reason they're still there is because coral grows around stationary objects.
Hold on, I always prioritize the comments in the chat. Now, Choco Messenia wrote, general question, how can we promote Mad Forever and similar shows? And then he put Sanetta, Kedika, etc. in South Africa and elsewhere in Africa. Well, if you want to promote Sanetta shows, either you don't know or you don't care about rapists and child molesters being promoted on our panel, He defended Malachi York, who was sentenced to 135 years for messing with children. Brother Polite, who was sentenced to, I believe, 7 years for messing with an underage girl, he called Brother Polite powerful. So I'm wondering, are you one of Frankie's moderator? Or would you be Frankie himself now? Because if you're asking how can you promote Ma'at Forever, then you must know about my channel. How many times have I shown and documented, and others have as well, all the rapists and child molesters who have been on his platform? He wrote, I didn't know that. Okay, he or she, I don't know, Okay, well, but anyway, it is what it is, But it is documented. Sana have been promoted, and you know what? I'm gonna play the excerpt here. It's a person who, have known Sanetta for a very long time, right?
Sanetta has been defending, promoting, and supporting rapists and child molesters for years. Is that true or it's not true?
That's true.
Okay, fine. Is Sanetta saying?
That's true. He's called Judah Nasra. Let's continue. But you know what? Once again, I'm playing right now a video so people can have an idea of those Christian apologists and their claims. But if somebody wants to get on the panel, they will have to use a webcam Otherwise, feel free in the chat if you have any questions, if you have any comments, and everybody have the right to disagree with me. It's fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You know what I'm saying? As long as we just remain respectful. But if anybody wants to disagree with what I'm saying, feel free. But for the record, I gave 2 names of people who were sentenced for messing with underage people. There's also another one who was sent to prison for rape. So I mean, damn, this platform, the House of Consciousness, not only rapists and child molesters, but also scammers. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of pseudo peoples who make pseudo claims. For example, several times, Filthy Frankie Sanetta had people on his panel claiming that the Medu Neter, or hieroglyphic language, writing, sorry, has not been deciphered. Make that make sense. This dude has a Kemetic name. He has an ancient Egyptian name. He claims to be Kemetic. And yet he had several times people on his panel claiming that the hieroglyphic, the ancient Egyptian language, the Medu Neter, has not been deciphered. I mean, that's just so weird and amusing, But anyway.
So the coral shapes of all the chariots, the axles, the wheels, all these kind of artifacts have been preserved for 4,000 years.
You heard? Not only the wheels, but he said, the axles and all these artifacts have been preserved.
And the gold spokes, they were in 4s, 6s, and 8s. The only dynasty to use all different types of spokes in the wheels of gold. They are that you can find them. So
Can I interject?
Of course you
can. Now you said 5,000 chariots. Is that mentioned in the Bible?
Yep.
Would you know the passage? But if you don't know, it's fine. We can.
I know the Bible in my head. I'm dyslexic, so I know the Bible in my head, not by number. Yeah. So the 5,000 chariots.
Okay, well, I don't know the Bible by heart, I didn't know that it mentions 5,000 chariots in the Bible. Now, you said that it was found, it was preserved. It sounds like you made that up, but where is it?
I mean, I say to you, if you want to go have a look at it, my whole channel is based on apologetics. So you can go swim over
I don't want to watch a video, but if they found them, I'm sure there are some articles, some scholarly articles, some reliable website that says, look, those are the chariots from the time of Moses.
Yeah, go have a look. But the thing about them being there is you can show them instead of man's words and man's opinion. You can look at the evidence and see it yourself. Does that make sense? Instead of listening to
it makes sense. Can you please share the link?
Yeah,
you see the private chat. You see the private chat, right? On the right, it says private chat. Then you can share the link here, and I will put it in the chat so we can all have a look together. But not the video. I would like an article so we can see the picture, we can see the author.
Okay, that sounds brilliant.
Okay, well, feel free. Now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to share with us the chariots from the time of Moses.
Let's just look at the actual evidence because it shows type of. Yeah,
you were breaking up, so we did not hear you. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Hallelujah.
Okay, I just said hallelujah.
My computer's really slow, so it's just loading up.
Okay, no problem. I have time. We can wait.
So it may take about a minute.
Okay. Now, this article, is he just going to show, or talk about some chariots, or is he going to mention 5,000 chariots?
Oh, my computer's running really slow because I'm. Oh, my computer.
Now,
my computer's running.
Okay, I presume you have some friends and some associates, right, who believe the same thing as you. Can you ask them to come here so they can use a better computer and share it with us? Because to me, no disrespect to you, to me that sounds made up. To me that sounds fake. But who knows? I may learn something.
Well, that
today.
would be the Bible we mentioned, chariots.
Yes, the Bible mentions the chariots, but you said that
No.
those
Do you want
chariots were
so I can
observed.
type in the video and you can
I'm sorry, come again. Can you hear me?
that's cool. I came to my faith. Let me change computer.
I think he said, let me change computer. Yeah, yes, feel free to change your computer. Feel free to
Let me
change your
change
computer.
computers. I've got one.
Yeah,
here.
no problem. No problem. Okay. All right. I'm going to fast forward to the video that, he was so eager about. All right. So hold on. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Like
9
this
minute
video.
long video, but
You can skip through, but because it's a place, multiple people take videos of it. It doesn't need one video to do it. So if it's up to you, but I'm not defending it. I'm saying have a look. You tell me.
okay. Well, let's hope I don't have any copyright issue then. Okay, let's go.
Don't turn your sound down. It's not actually evidence, is it? That's just look for the evidence. It's just amateur.
I'm sorry, come again?
Skip this. This is not evidence. This is movie stuff showing the story.
Okay. So
People
okay.
that-
So
so go straight to
should I go forward again?
yeah. Just keep going until you find the evidence. That's not evidence. These are pictures. Go to the
Okay.
evidence.
Well,
You want the
I
chariots?
don't think there's any evidence because that doesn't exist. We have scholars and PhD who have been researching these cultures and these events, and
There you go.
many scholars
go.
have said that
That's
the Exodus story is folklore. Yes, feel free. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Keep
There,
going.
that's
So
the
you want me
that's
to
the
move
place.
forward?
There you go. Just stop.
So-
Push on. There. Go backwards. There. Start
Here?
there. No,
Okay.
left.
Left again. Okay. Left.
Just watch it. Go.
Should I go here? 3 minutes?
Just watch it, bro. I'm not.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Be a token unto
That's
thee
Mount
that I
Sinai.
have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth
Is that okay here?
That's Mount Sinai. You're looking at Mount Sinai, bro.
Okay, so you want me to move forward a little bit, or you want me to play from here?
No. You can show people Mount Sinai at the same time, because the Bible's a historic map. All the places are linked, so it shows that they landed in Mount Sinai. That's the burnt mountain where God came down and burnt the top of the mountain. So if you want to include that one in it as well,
Okay, well, I'm going to play from here. I'm going to play from here.
forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. So from Succoth they set out from Midian and Mount Sinai. Exodus 13:17. And it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. The Philistines lived along the coasts. Throughout known history, the desolate peninsula located between the two fingers of the Red Sea has remained uninhabited except for small, isolated groups of Bedouin. And this desolate and forbidding region was quite reasonably called in the biblical account the wilderness of the Red Sea. When they arrived at Etham, in the edge of the wilderness, they had almost reached the northern tip of the arm of the Red Sea called the Gulf of Aqaba. But it was here that God had another plan for his people. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-zephon. Before it shall ye encamp by the sea, for Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, They are entangled in the land, the wilderness hath shut them in. Had they continued their present course, they would have soon reached safety. But instead they turned south and entered into a massive group of mountains that were without escape. The winding 18-mile-long canyon, today called Wadi Watir, twisted towards the seashore, at times less than 100 feet wide. Once they arrived at the sea, they encamped, but in great fear, for here they certainly felt trapped. It is also about 8 miles across from the beach at Nueva. The few bathymetric maps Ron was able to find showed that the depths from the Nueva beach to the opposite shore reached a maximum of about 900 feet, gently sloping, while on each side there were sheer drops to about 5,000 feet. There certainly appeared to be an underwater path which could have been traveled with the water removed. When Ron and the boys first came to Nueva, they went to the south end of the beach. He and the boys then donned their scuba gear and began to investigate what may lie beneath the waters of the crystal clear Gulf. On the first dive, Ron found chariot wheels preserved by the coral which had attached to it. He found an axle with portions of each wheel still present. These chariot wheels were very difficult to see and recognize because they are covered in coral, and the portions that were not covered have disintegrated. In February of 1988, he found this gold 4-spoke chariot wheel in the same general area.
Now, for the record, you heard that he claimed all wheels. He mentioned 5,000 chariots. He mentioned axles, and look at what we have. Just one thing.
There is no coral on the main part of the wheel.
So far, he talks about one wheel. You know, we are far from 5,000 chariots, but let's continue.
Because coral doesn't attach to gold. Only around the hub area where some wood was exposed when it came off the chariot.
Okay, we're out here at the beach that the Israelites came out on when they came out of the canyon system that they had been following by the leading of the cloud. Of course, following Moses, who was following the cloud. And they came out on this beach and proceeded to the south, which is this direction. There was an old Egyptian fortress up to the left, Pi-Haroth, and so they turned southward. And of course, the cloud turned southward, and that was what they were following. Now, the canyon, or wadi, as they're referred to in this part of the world, extends back through the mountains here and is never less than about 75 feet in width. And of course, it's almost a direct line from ancient Sukkoth, where they left, into this area. This is the mouth of the canyon. While today we see a fairly modern highway, here when they came out, they saw nothing, of course.
As the Egyptian host
Chocho Messenia wrote, wheels are made up of steel, right? Well, it depends. You can have wheel made of different material, you know. For example, very recently, no, I don't think I uploaded it yet, but it's gonna come up. There is a chariot from ancient Egypt, and the wheels are made of wood. I'm gonna look for it. There it is. So I'm gonna share the link in the chat and show the video. It's very short. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds. It is a 3,000 years old chariot. And it may be Florence Museum, you know, because earlier I was telling you about Florence Museum, but it's one of the museum in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. But we will confirm that. So here's the link in the chat: 3,000 years old hunting chariot.
Greetings, Florence Museum, Italy. I've never seen any such thing in a museum before. This is over 3,000 years old. So obviously, the rider will be standing here, and you could place his hands on here. I'm going to show you the reference. Hunting chariot and bow, New Kingdom, 18th dynasty between 1500 and 1200.
That's for the record. Now we can go back to the video. Feel free if you have any comments or question, use the chat. Feel free. You can agree or disagree. Let's continue.
Approach them, expecting to make them an easy prey. The cloudy column.
Okay, I think I can stop for now because next, it's gonna be like some movie excerpts and commentaries. But what's interesting is that this person here, Ron Wyatt, right? That's his Wikipedia page. Let me put the music back on. You still there? Here I am, Lord.
I can't see it yet because my computer's
This
slow,
individual.
we're looking at the evidence. Do you trust Wikipedia?
But we didn't see any evidence, did we?
Well, you could continue.
But so far, we didn't see any evidence. Yeah. Can you use the webcam, please? Can you use the webcam, please? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. What was the evidence?
Okay, so it was describing how they came through the mountains. So there's a mountain pass. It's describing the place where I think it was 2 million Jews camped. Then it was showing you the coralized remains of.
Hold on. That was amazing. Didn't it say 2 million Jews? Now, I have shown a quote. I'm going to look for it. A quote from a PhD, which states that in ancient Egypt, now, don't remember if it's the Middle Kingdom, but the estimation of the population was like 3 to 4 million people. So it's very unlikely that there were 2 million Jews. But you know what? Let me just look for that because I'm gonna. There it is. This is a PhD, Joyce Tiddesley, and the book is called Hatshepsut, the Female Pharaoh, right? Now, I don't need to read the whole thing, but the last sentence in red, it says, this upper tier of society and their families numbered no more than 2,000 or 3,000 people, while the total population of Egypt during the New Kingdom has been estimated at between 3 and 4 million. That's just for the record. Now, V. Bennett wrote, wood, some had metal fittings on the bottom, but wood. So what's interesting is that you heard that person make a claim and use the term evidence. He mentioned 5,000 chariots. He mentioned axles. And then he shares a video where we see one wheel. One wheel. Hold on. The evidence is a mountain?
Well, no. The area for them to camp, where they said they went through, it describes their journey. There is a place.
Do we have any records?
Well, it's a physical place, mate. You can go there.
A place is not a record.
But it's better than a record.
Okay, so basically, do we have any mention of Moses during his lifetime? A contemporaneous mention of Moses during his lifetime?
Do you know what Moses' name was in Egypt?
Moshe. In Egypt, well, I don't know, but according to the Bible, he was called Moshe, according to the tradition.
Okay, but
Okay.
in Egypt, he was the second most powerful man in the world. He was raised up, wasn't he? Taken into the king, into the Pharaoh's house.
No, in Egypt, there's no record of Moses. He never existed. Historically, there's no attestation of Moses. In the Bible, now mind you, for the record, this is one thing that a lot of people do, particularly, apologists, regardless of their faith. You ask a very simple question. You see, you notice the question was, is there any records of Moses during his lifetime? A contemporaneous record? And then he asked me, do you know what his name was? Those guys, religious people do that so often. So many times they do that. If you ask them a question that's not suitable to their own claims, not your claim, their claims, what they are claiming publicly, not privately, they divert. Let's continue. Well, there is a story about Moses, but outside of the Bible and history, that does not exist. That's what I'm asking you. Can you name a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime?
So Moses is one of the most famous people in the historical records.
Notice I asked him again, can you name a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? And he says, oh, he's one of the most powerful person. What's the record? No, in a biblical record. Well, please tell me what is the name of the record?
Well, okay, look, watch this one. Let me go onto my other computer because this computer is really slow.
Okay, feel free. Now, so if there's any Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, atheist, theologian, scholar, PhD, amateur, enthusiast, anybody, is there any record for Moses during his lifetime? Is there any record for Jesus during his lifetime? The question is simple, isn't it? But those guys, they have channels, they go live, they dialogue, they make claims for days. Where are the records? Why is getting his other computer? Ryan Wyatt, right? Hold on, please. Hold that thought. I've shared the link in the chat. Ronald Eldon Wyatt is an American nurse anesthetist, advocated the Durupinar site in Turkey as the landing place of Noah's Ark, and said that he had made almost 100 other biblical discoveries. Wyatt's claimed discoveries have been criticized by scientists, historians, even biblical scholars, and some creationists, and are not considered credible by professional archaeologists and biblical scholars. I can stop here. Feel free.
Not a problem, mate. So, do you believe that the truth is covered up in the media? Do you believe that the Bible is discredited?
I'm dealing with history. In the media, they can talk about history. They will have professionals, they will have scholars, they will have historians, they will have archaeologists. And once again, is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Do you know any?
I'm going to find that one.
Okay, but do you know any?
Moses' name. I don't do records. I put Moses' name in.
Oh, so you're going to search now. So basically, you don't know any, and it's fine if you don't know any. You can take your time. I'll ask you on a very regular basis, so you can always come back and tell us when you find it. But I can tell you, you will not find any because that doesn't exist. And it's the same for Jesus. Jesus Christ, there's not a single record that mentions his name during his lifetime.
Okay. Can I ask you a favor, my friends?
Go ahead.
We're going live. We're going live tomorrow. We would love to have you up on my channel at 7 o'clock GMT.
I'd rather keep it here. But, you can come here and live stream on your channel at the same time. I don't mind.
We can do this. we can do this one actually. Let me just go to Stream to your audience.
I'm going to fast forward
Let
a
me
little
just
bit.
stream it to my crew. So I've never looked into these. I know that they're.
Well, okay.
Which
Well,
is,
it can be a record that mentions Moses the same, right? So when it comes to Moses, is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
yes.
What is it? What is that record that mentions Moses during his lifetime?
I'm just reading it now.
Okay, so you're looking for it. It's okay if you don't know. Just say I don't know. I'll look at it. Now, can you see what happened? He said yes, but he's looking for it. Now, I had this discussion with many people. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses, they are in the street a lot, right? Now, people who believe in the Bible, we know about the 10 Commandments, right? Thou shalt not lie, right? Do you know how many, when I asked them if there's any record for Jesus during his lifetime, any contemporaneous record, but I like to say during his lifetime, because when you use the term contemporaneous, they like to play games, right? And so many told me, yes, there are many in museums. How can you claim something that you don't even know about? Right? One told me, oh, I'll look for it. She wrote. And there's some of those Jehovah's Witnesses, when I would see them again in the street, they will act like they didn't see me. And I know why. They look for it. They couldn't find any. And they prefer to act like they don't see me rather than say, well, I look for it and there isn't any. But it's amazing that when I ask him the question, is there any record for Moses during his lifetime? He says yes. And when I ask him what's the record, he says, I'm looking for it. So we have many Bible believers, regardless if they are Christian, Catholic, Muslims, or any other denomination of their faith, they will lie many times privately, but even publicly, and it's all good. It gets a pass. Look for it.
But I don't do record. I do evidence. So I've never looked into it. I know that they're.
Well, okay. He doesn't do records. He does evidence. Okay. Okay. Well, can somebody help? Here I am, Lord, send me. Because this Kenneth dude wrote that Noah's Ark is in Mount Ararat. And who said that it is Noah's Ark? Can you show us the picture, Kenneth? You can get on the panel too. Let me share the link so people can get on the panel. I would love to see the picture of Noah's Ark, right. And I would like to know which scholar said that it is Noah's Ark. And here he wrote, Chakandugu Kemet, why are you adopting a mighty Zulu name, yet you speak like this? What does it mean, speak like this? But go ahead, feel free. Here I am, Lord, send me.
Yeah, I mean, it's been claimed. The Bible's very specific on where it landed, what the actual measurements of it would be, which is,
and you
very
cannot show
specific.
And you cannot even show us a picture of it.
Yeah, I mean, the link is there. I've just sent you it. It's 3 up in the chat, 3 or 4 up in the chat.
This is a link to a video. Is that correct?
Yeah. So is a video just a long picture?
No, I already spent the time to look at a video, and you talked about 5,000 chariots, and in that video they talked about one wheel, right? So what you're claiming, I heard it before, right? And you can ask help for your friends. I'm sure we can have a reliable website that will show us a picture of Noah's Ark, and it will tell us which scholars, which PhD agrees that this is Noah's Ark. Because to me, that sounds made up, you see. Now, please help. Here I am, Lord, send me. You Christians, Muslims, atheists, regardless of your religion, right? Is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Is there any? Yes or no? When we finish with Moses, we can move to Jesus.
Yeah, that's fine. Jesus is documented outside of the Bible at the time through Roman records. Do you believe, honestly, do you believe Jesus didn't exist? Just for the clip.
I believe I have no evidence of the historicity of Jesus. There is not a single document that mentions Jesus during his lifetime. So it's hard for me to believe that something for which we don't have any records of, like Spider-Man, have existed. You know.
Okay.
Can you give us the name of a record that mentions? It's okay. You can use it all day, every day. I am Shaka Ndugu Kemet. I run the YouTube channel My Art Forever. My website is afrostyly.com. You have the link at the bottom. And indeed, can you tell us the name of the record that mentions Jesus during his lifetime? Can you tell us the name?
I can go find it because I don't deal with records. But of course I can. Yeah, I think Josephus.
Okay. Please help. Here I am, Lord, send me, because he doesn't know any record for Moses during his lifetime. He doesn't know any record for Jesus during his lifetime. So it sounds to me like he needs help.
No, I don't need help, mate, but you can kind of frame it that way. But I don't know who you... I don't think you realise who I am, but that's okay. I'm here.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Adam. I'm at your service. I'm here to lead you to Jesus Christ. Have you heard of Flavius?
Flavius Josephus, yes, I've heard of him.
Okay, do you want to go Josephus on Jesus?
Well, okay, well, this is what we can do. We're going to go to... Josephus. Are you okay with Encyclopedia Britannica?
Why don't you just go to Josephus Flavius Records, mate? I'll just send you them in the link. Because this is new to me.
Sheikh Mutaz, you will need to use a webcam. Now, I'm going to share the link in the chat. This is Encyclopedia Britannica here, right? And Flavius Josephus, it says... Yeah, hold on that thought. It says that he was born in... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to let you speak. Don't worry, we have time. Flavius Josephus, born AD 37/38. He was born after the death of Jesus Christ. So it's going to be difficult for him to write anything about Jesus during his lifetime. Now, the record of Flavius Josephus, if people can tell us the date of it, they are welcome. But feel free, go ahead. Feel free.
Should we go for another one? Do you want to let Sheikh Mutaz up?
If he uses his webcam, yes, I will let him on. He's backstage right now, but he doesn't have any webcam.
He hasn't got a webcam because he uses his phone. He can't get the webcam.
But with his phone, there's well, whenever he's ready, but that's the requirement, so.
Honestly, he is my co-pilot on my channel, and all the videos don't show his face because he can't do it off his phone. I'm telling you the reason. You'll see a picture of a grey background with an Arabic-looking man.
No, I hear you, but that's just a requirement. Whenever he's ready, I think he doesn't want to show his face, and he has his reasons. He doesn't have to, but we have mobile phones, and there are cameras on the phones. So if he's afraid to show his face, he can ask Jesus for help.
No, he has technological issues, but you can read it in the private chat, can't you? If you wanna make the plane uneasy by going to records instead of us showing the evidence. He lives in Saudi Arabia. He's a Muslim convert to Christianity. He's not trying to get killed.
Okay. Well, ahlan wa sahlan. Ana atakalam Arabiya qalilan. Tasharafna.
He's a fluent Arabic speaker.
Well, whenever you're ready. Yeah. I'm not reading the private chat right now, because I'm more focused on what's going on now. But, Sheikh Mutaz, you are welcome anytime. You are free to use a webcam. That's just a requirement. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wrote he's scared because he speaks Arabic. Why would I be scared about him speaking Arabic? Come again?
Yeah, he speaks fluent Arabic.
Oh, that's lovely.
He speaks fluent Arabic. He takes down, that's it, Sheikh Mutaz. He takes down the largest people. But anyway, I mean, if you want to die on that hill, that's fine. But anyway, as I've said to you, you are live on my stream on my channel.
That's
underneath every video, there's 6 videos. Cool. So you make it hard for me. What do you want to see? What do you want to see, Aki?
A record that mentions Jesus during his lifetime. Does that exist?
Okay. Should we just type it in? Records of Jesus.
Now, hey, you, Jimmy, you are the coward. Why don't you get on the panel? You are the one hiding. I'm not hiding. You are a believer
you're
of
stopping
Jesus and God, but you don't even have the courage to defend publicly, you know? But go ahead, feel free.
Are there Roman records that confirm Jesus' existence?
Wait, were you reading the stuff or were you asking me?
No, I'm just reading the stuff. I'm not too sure if there were records written at the time.
Okay. Now, Christ is King wrote that, yes, they are. Okay, please tell us, give us the name. Tacitus. Tacitus, are you sure? Okay, let's look up Tacitus on Encyclopedia Britannica. So we're going to see his lifetime, right? So here, Tacitus, because that's what they like to do. They say we have many first century authors that mentions Jesus, okay? So Tacitus, he was born AD 56. So he was born after the death of Jesus. How can he write during Jesus' lifetime? You know?
I don't know what's funnier, the statement that you believe Jesus didn't exist as a person and walk the earth. Like whether you believe as God or not is another matter. But I mean, before I was Christian, I realized Jesus was a historical figure. I mean, he was pretty important. The calendar, every time you look at a date and write it down, is based on the life of this person before Christ.
Yeah, but in the Muslim world, they don't have the same date. They based it from the Hejira, if I'm not mistaken. That's how if it's not how it's called, people can correct me, right? So the fact that the date goes from that, some people follow the ancient Egypt, and the date that they have is like 6,000 or so. You know what I'm saying? So Spider-Man, we have a lot of writing about Spider-Man, and Superman as well, right? But we don't have any records of them, you see. Now, Mutaz actually looks like he's here. Now, no, Mutaz, I need to see your face. He's showing his computer, but I will need to see your face, Mutaz. Well, if he can't, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else we can. But here, I just want to say this now. Christ is King now gives us another name, which is Pliny the Younger. Okay, so very quickly we're gonna look at Pliny the Younger. But the funny thing is that I've been asking for a record that mentions Jesus, but I'm giving names of people, right? So Pliny the Elder, no, he said the Younger, right? Hold on, please. Hold on, please. This one is the Elder, and we want the Younger. So Pliny the Younger. There it is. Roman author. Now he was born, and it's funny because every time he gives us a date, it's like it's later and later. He was born in 61/62 CE, so he was born after Jesus' death. Oh, Mutas, thank you. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine, and you?
Yeah. By the way, my laptop on the camera it's actually doesn't work, so that's why I'm kind of using my phone. By the way, are you having a discussion about the evidence?
Yes, I was asking your brother or your friend for records of Moses during his lifetime. Any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime. Same for Jesus. Any record that mentions Jesus during his lifetime. And my sense is that it doesn't exist. Now, do you feel otherwise?
Okay, but no problem. But who are we talking about specifically?
Moses and Jesus. We can start with Moses if you want. Is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime?
Okay, are you a Muslim?
No, I'm not a Muslim.
You're not.
And for the record, I don't believe that Prophet Muhammad was black. According to the Islamic sources like Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, he is clearly described as a white man, Rajul Abiyad. We have mention of his white cheek, white abdomen, white leg, and so on. So just so that people know, my stance is that he was not black. But feel free, Mutaz.
Okay, no problem. No, but you're actually right, by the way. And not just that, but let me also add, he called the Ethiopian slaves, they look like raisin heads. Do you?
I'm aware of that. I think it is in Sahih Bukhari, but there's a hadith that mentions that. I'm aware of that. Yes.
Okay. I have evidence that proves that Moses actually existed, of course, and also I can even use the Islamic sources that proves that Jesus actually did that. Would you be okay with it?
Well,
Muslims
really, in the first place, we can talk about your quote unquote evidence, but if I'm asking you, is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? What's your answer? Yes or no?
Yes, of course, he did existed. Otherwise, how these Ten Commandments would exist? Which
Okay,
is
well,
unwritten.
since you're saying yes, there are records that mentions Moses during his lifetime, can you tell us what the record is?
Okay, no problem.
Christ is King wrote Josephus born 37 AD. Yes, and I agree. That's what Encyclopedia Britannica says. Now, Jesus died in 33, more or less, right? So Josephus was born after the death of Jesus, and we not going to believe that Josephus wrote at 5 years old about Jesus, you see. So that is not during the lifetime of Jesus.
Why is it important that it has to be in the lifetime of Jesus? Can you please explain
because
that to me?
because that will be contemporaneous. Because, for example, if my children wait 50 years to say that I was a prophet, that I performed miracles, we should have mentions of these miracles when it happened. Because check this out. When Jesus died, we are told in the Bible that there was what we can call an earthquake. The earth shook, right? It also says that
Yeah, I mean
there was
that's recorded in history. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Let me just
You said that's
interject.
I'm sorry. You said that's recorded in what?
Just interject. When in history,
No, where?
there was an earthquake
What's the
when
record?
Jesus Christ died, and all over.
What's the record?
I'll go even better than that. When Jesus died, it went dark for 3 hours. All over the world, it's recorded.
Okay, but
even in
what is the
China.
record? What is the record for that?
Let's go to that one then. The record.
Okay, well, feel free to look for it. Now, so when Jesus died, according to the Bible, the earth shook, so we could call it an earthquake. There was darkness, so we can call it an eclipse. But people are free to call it what they want. And and he also says that saints, right, got out of their grave and walk. And I think he also says that he spoke to people, right? So let's presume that people didn't want to mention the death of Jesus, right? It's safe to presume that they would say, you know what, today the earth shook and there was darkness, right? But that doesn't exist. But go ahead, feel free, Mutaz.
Yeah, Adam.
Chinese emperor.
The video or a clip when Ron White went into the sea to see the ancient.
Mate, we've tried to show him and he skipped it, and he was looking at it, and people were looking at it, and he skipped it, and he wants to look at pieces of paper that are written at the exact time of Jesus. So, I think he's
Mutaz. Mutaz, hold on. I did not hear you, Mutaz. You can speak to me directly. Feel free. What was your question, Mutaz?
My question is that have you seen the video when the archaeologist Ron White, he actually went into the sea and saw the chariots destroyed? These are the proofs existing that Moses did actually walk on the sea when he used his stick to separate the sea and go walk over it with his people. You know what I'm saying?
Can you spell his name again, please?
M-O-U-T-A-Z.
No. The guy Ryan White. How is he spelled again, please?
R-O-N.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Ron Wyatt. Okay. Now, he is not an archaeologist. You see, I'm going to share the link. Oh,
He's
you can
a
okay. I mean, you can laugh. It's
How,
okay. Now, are you saying
sorry,
that he's
listen,
an archaeologist?
how good of an archaeologist do you have to be to then go find 5,000 chariots? You didn't find all of them, obviously,
Okay,
but
okay,
they're all
okay. Now,
there.
now,
We're talking about a
here,
approach up a hill.
here I am,
There's
Lord. Is he?
SRIs or something?
Because he's dead now. Was he an archaeologist? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. So here, for the record, it says that
Is
Ronald
archaeology a
L.
thing that you do, or is it a title? Is archaeology a thing that you do, or is it a title?
If someone is a medical doctor, then it means he has credential in the medical field, right? I cannot just say I'm an archaeologist just for the sake of it, you know. So that being said, that being said, once again, it says that he was a nurse anesthetist, right? And it says that his claim of discoveries have been criticized by scientists, historians, biblical scholars, and some creationists, and they are not considered credible by professional archaeologists and biblical scholars. That being said, right, I did not see 5,000 chariots. But in the video, I saw one wheel.
And then you stopped playing
whoever,
it.
Yes, I stopped playing it because there was only a few minutes left. That wheel, which PhD said that it has something to do with Moses. In the first place, I asked for record of Moses during his lifetime. Then you dealt with that video. So we can move on to Jesus. Is there any record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
A quick question, Shaka. Are you a biblical historian?
No, I'm not a biblical historian.
Okay, so I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not a biblical historian, but I do possess eyes and a brain. Can I then look at the evidence and find out whether it's true or not?
Well, I look for records. I deal with history, you see. So if you have any records you want to share with us, then feel free. You share the video with us. Yes, feel free.
What is the history based off? What is history based off of? Is it based off the evidence?
It's based on records. Evidence can be subjective. It's based on records.
Okay, evidence could be subjective. It's based on records, bro.
And based on testimonies as well.
You're
well,
lying.
You can say, please. You said I'm lying?
Yeah, I just feel that you're doing yourself disservice by trying to win an argument by changing what words actually mean and the logic of reality. I can say that in layman's term. What you just said makes no sense.
Okay, well, you can say that. But I can say that what you claim made no sense because you talked about 5,000 chariots. We went through your video, your source. There wasn't any 5,000 chariots. So you lied live on air, right? Now, my question is simple. My question is simple, right? And you can say, look, I don't have the evidence now. I need to look for it later on. Can you show us or name? Hold on. Can you show us or name a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
No, not off the top of my head. No.
Okay, thank you. Now, different question. Can you show us? Or, hold on. I have time. We can. I really have time. Can you show us or name a record that mentions Jesus Christ during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Not off the top of my head, no, but I can look for them.
Well, feel free.
In the last 3 years, wouldn't they? Because he started performing miracles and became famous. So his ministry was only 3 years. So in those 3 years, was he documented on records that still survive? I don't know. Does it mean it's not true? No. It's got no basis on that. Your entire channel is based on paper. I'm based on the evidence that the papers
it's based
are
on records. It's based on history, archaeology. And I quote PhDs, people who earn doctorate degrees.
I'm based on archaeology. No, you're based on... Go on, Mutaz. I'm talking to a child here.
Your name is Shaka, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, is eyewitnesses isn't enough evidence, or it's not enough? If it's not enough, it's okay. You can be honest, because you seems like a very sincere guy, which is amazing to have a discussion with. So my question is to you: eyewitnesses for you is enough or not enough?
If it's during his lifetime, it's fine, you see, because whether it's eyewitness or writing or object, that will be a record, right? So this eyewitness that you're talking about, what's the date?
Well, of course, the date will be, you know what I'm saying, from the time Jesus was alive until his death, and he died at the age of 53. And then after
33, not
70,
53.
huh?
Did you say 53 or 33?
53.
Oh, my mistake, 33. Yes, I agree with you. According to the
No
Bible,
problem.
yes.
Because you know I'm still a new believer, so I kind of make mistakes here and there because I'm kind of still educated on myself. But going through my deep research about Christianity and the history of it, I found that there's like a gospel called Garima Gospels, and they were founded in Ethiopia.
Hold on, Mutaz. Here I am, Lord. Can you go on mute when you don't speak because you have some background noise, if you don't mind? Thank you very much. Go ahead, Mutaz.
Yes. Now I send you the link of Wikipedia about the Garima Gospels, and as we can see, this is the earliest manuscripts that we can have, and you can even see the characters that the disciples, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and Peter, and also Paul. You can actually go here and you can see this is the most earliest manuscript. It was written in Ethiopic language, and you can
Okay,
see
so
it was dated between 390 AD, between 390 AD and 570 AD.
okay, so that is definitely not during the lifetime of Moses. I'm sorry, of Jesus, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now,
All
if
right.
we are
But
talking
earlier
actually,
you said during his lifetime, didn't you?
yes,
So you made a mistake then. That's
what do you mean?
300 years later, 300 to 500 years later, 3 to 5 centuries later. Now, do you believe that this is Mark?
Well, it says it is. So, I mean, nobody saw how Mark and Matthew and Luke and John and all these disciples, but this is how basically they used to draw their characters, as far as their knowledge actually knows.
Well, okay, well, this is definitely not contemporaneous at all. And indeed, here, the date proposed indeed is circa 390 to 570, so
Yeah,
we're dealing with
that's
centuries later. So that's
exactly.
definitely not contemporaneous. But as a matter of fact, I heard the answer of "Here I am, Lord." Um, does he always go by this name? The "Here I am, Lord." You always go by that name? You're on mute. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, it's a bit long, but okay. Here I am, Lord, send me. That's his name. Okay. I heard his answer when I asked him. Now, Mutaz, if I'm asking you, maybe you answered and I forgot. If that's the case, I'm sorry.
No.
Can you name or show a record of Moses during his lifetime?
Well, I already sent you the link of the website called the Bible Archaeology Report.
Okay, I'm good. We're gonna have a look together. We're gonna have a look together. But what's your answer if I ask you? Can you name or show a record of Moses during his lifetime? What's your answer?
Well,
Do we have
my
any?
answer,
2 seconds, Mutaz. Watch this one. Do we have any surviving documents that have lasted 4,000 years?
Yes, we do. In the
What
British
do we
Museum,
have?
you live in England. Well, we have plenty. I'm going to show you.
Are they copies?
No, they are original. In museums, you have originals. If they are copies, they will state that it's a copy.
No, but we can get a copy of an original text because when they deteriorate, they make the same copy of it. You understand that, don't you?
We can have copy of a text, but in museums they don't house copies. They house originals. Sometimes they have replicas, but most of the time in museums you have original artifacts. So there are archaeological documents. You want me to show you?
No, I want you to listen to me. I think what you're mistaking is it was documented at the time and then they've copied it. So it goes back to source, but to actually say that you have a physical copy 4,000 years old, I don't think things last that long unless they're in incredibly dry conditions.
Things do last that long. As a matter of fact, you know what? They made a discovery recently in Egypt, right? And it is actually over 2,000 years old. And
but this is 4,000 years. This is 4,000 years old. That's double that.
This is 4,000 years old. So that's 2,000 BC. And didn't you ask? 2,000. If you can rephrase if you want, but we have very ancient artifacts. But hold on, I can show you some examples, right? Examples. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use my other computer. And that's what a lot of people are unaware of, that we have plenty of artifacts that are very old, that are before the lifetime of Moses, if he existed. Now, if Moses existed, he lived circa 1500 BC, 1500 BC. Some people may say it's, somewhere around 1300 BC. But the thing is that we don't have any record for Moses, so we don't even know when he lived. He's not attested in history. But anyway, let me just share my screen and show some artifacts from museums. So I'll go here. Can
I also ask you?
Hold on, please. You can ask me anything. I just want to show some artifacts, just so that people can see that I'm backing up what I'm saying. So this one here is from the Louvre Museum in Paris, France, right? And this is Amenhotep III. Now he lived circa 1300 BC, 1300 BC. That's 3,300 years ago. Okay. So that was a pharaoh or ruler. That's Akhenaten's father. That's Tutankhamun's grandfather, right? Those here, I don't have the date. No, this is a painting. This is actually, yeah, you do have the link to the Louvre Museum. Come again?
I've been to the Louvre Museum. I've been to the Louvre Museum. I've been to Paris 5 times. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, but we have writings. We have. Come again?
Is that paper or is it a painting?
It's a painting. Now, I don't know if it's made of limestone, but you have the link at the bottom and people can just look for it. Amenhotep III Louvre Museum. So a lot of times, the painting
is limestone paper. Is limestone paper?
Limestone is not paper, but writing can be done on paper. It can be done on walls, because they have writings on walls. On limestone, a different type of material. Wood as well. We have hieroglyphic on wood.
Shaka, do you know what moving
writing doesn't mean paper. Did you know that?
I did know that one. Do you know what moving the goalposts mean?
Okay. Well, okay. If you don't mind, because here you have an artifact. This is in Cairo, in the museum as well. You have the references. You see, this is the reference. You have the link at the bottom. Okay, so those are ancient Egyptians, right? Now here, this is from the tomb of Tutankhamun. So that's circa 1300 BC. So that's basically 1,300 years before Jesus. And here we do have writing. See at the top, this is writing, hieroglyphic or Medu-Neter as they called it. Those are ancient Egyptians, right? Okay, so this is from his tomb called KV62. KV stands for King Valley, right? So this is another one, but I'm just going to go fast forward. Now here you see production date 1350 BC. This is from the British Museum where you live, right? In London, England. And you have the reference here and you have the museum number here. And we do have writing. This is not paper. But we have writing, the hieroglyphic. But anyway, that was just to show this example. Feel free, Mutaz, you wanted to say something. Feel free.
Yes. Have you actually searched for the Dead Sea Scrolls? And do you believe it's actually, evidence that Moses actually existed, even though
It can
Aaron?
it can absolutely not be evidence that Moses existed if we deal with the date of the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's way after the lifetime of Moses. Do you agree or do you disagree?
No, I do agree, but we have, but you said that that we should have records
Yes.
that he actually existed. So you
Well,
have the
well
scrolls.
Dead Sea, okay, let's look at the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, Dead Sea
Mutaz, do you want to tell him
Scrolls.
about the code? Or
What?
do you want to tell him about the code underneath Gematria?
Hold on, let's do one thing at a time, if you don't mind. Now, I'm going to share the link to Encyclopedia Britannica about the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, here you have the link, and I'm sorry for the chat. I'm not, really looking at the chat like that. Oh yes, Christ is King. You are correct. On the chat, do not post links because it will not show. You will see your comment, but if you refresh the refresh the page, you will see that your comment is not appearing. It's only me who is an administrator, and I don't have mods. But if I had mods, they could be posting links. So if people want to share a link, they can get on the panel and use the private chat. But anyway, so here we're gonna go to, oh, there it is. So I've shared the link. Okay, this is the link to Britannica about the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we're gonna look at the date. Okay, so safe to say that Encyclopedia Britannica is reliable. So Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient, mostly Hebrew manuscripts of leather, papyrus, and copper, first found in 1947 on the northwestern shore of the Dead Sea. Discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls is among the more important finds in the history of modern archaeology. The study of the scrolls has enabled scholars to push back the date of a stabilized Hebrew Bible to no later than 70 CE. To help reconstruct the history of Palestine from the 4th century BCE to 135 CE. Now, I would like to just have the date. There is. The Dead Sea Scrolls come from various sites and date from the 3rd century BCE to the 2nd century CE. So the oldest is 300 BC, which is about 1,000 years, a millennia after the lifetime of Moses, right? But Mutaz, earlier I was asking you, can you name or show a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? What was your answer?
Well, I actually had like two answers. I gave you the Dead Sea Scrolls and also the video.
That's 1,000 years after the lifetime of Moses, right? So what's the other one?
But you also have the chariots that are being destroyed next to the sea that the Pharaoh and his soldiers went in. Have you seen the video?
I've seen the video, and we've seen a wheel. I didn't see a chariot. Now, is the name Moses written?
Written? Well, there's a rock which is actually located in the Saudi Arabia, and it has a Hebrew written in it, and there's also the tabernacle, which is also being drawn in that rock, and there's also another evidence. Maybe that will be enough because that's all I know, to be honest with you.
Here I am, Lord. Here I am, Lord. You don't call that moving the goalpost? I asked him if the name Moses was written, and you heard his answer, right?
But the name for Moses in Egypt was a different name. I think it's Imhotep or something.
What? Oh, absolutely not. Imhotep, no. Actually, I don't know where you got that from, but it's fine. We can disagree. Now, regardless of how it was pronounced or called, we say Moses because we speak English, right? So if it is Moshe or something else, feel free. So Mutaz, once again, can you name or show a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Oh.
Hold on. Let him answer.
Okay, but do you think the Ten Commandments was received from somebody else than Moses?
We can talk about this, but if you don't mind, if you don't want to answer the question, I'm not going to force you. You can say, okay, I don't want to answer that question. So can you name or show a record that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Where exactly? In the Torah? In where?
No, a record. A record, basically something that is physical, that exists during the lifetime of Moses. Can you name a record, any record whatsoever, that mentions Moses during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, the only evidence that I have for you is that if you look at the Ark of Covenant, which is here on this earth, we believe that there's an Ark of Covenant on this earth and also in heaven. And this Ark of Covenant, which is on earth, inside of it there is the Ten Commandments and Moses still existed. That's the only thing that we can say that Moses was actually real, because the stick that he used, which is also inside the Ark of Covenant, located in Jerusalem. And there you go. That's all the evidence that I have, to be honest with you.
Okay, now you said that in the Ark of Covenant there are the 10 Commandments. Is that what you said?
The 10 Commandments that are stone written by the hand of God, which is actually still. If you try now, a lot of the scientists, they say that if you try to, there's like a radiation that you can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? But according to the Bible, nobody can touch it because they are in their sinful nature. Now, a lot of scientists actually try to touch it, and they got hot radiation that couldn't even handle it. And one of the three.
Okay, I'm sorry. That thing that the scientists try to touch, what is it? The 10 Commandments?
No, the Ark of Covenant. You can't touch it.
Okay, all right. So you are saying that the Ark of Covenant can be seen, right? That's what you're saying, that it exists, right?
Yeah, but from a distance. Now you can't go there and see it, unfortunately. But I believe Ron White actually took a picture of it, but it wasn't.
Can you show us the picture, please?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now, to me, that sounds made up. That's like, I'm not saying that you're having a joke, but it sounds like a joke to me. Because if the Ark of Covenant existed, the whole world will know about this. But that being said, I may be wrong, and maybe you will show us, some reliable website and some historians, some archaeologists that will agree that this is the Ark of Covenant. But
yeah, I mean,
let's forget about Moses. Let's forget about Moses, right? Let's move later on, more recent time, right? Can you name or show a record that mentions Jesus Christ, that is, during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Well, yes, of course. Yeah, he did exist.
No. What I'm asking you is, can you name or show a record that mentions Jesus Christ during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Which record?
Any record that mentions Jesus Christ during his lifetime.
Okay, no problem. But,
so can you name or show a record that mentions Jesus Christ during his lifetime? Yes or no?
Well, but I'm trying to show you the picture of Ark of Covenant first, then we'll go to Jesus. No problem.
Well, okay, feel free, but if you can name or show, I'm not asking you to do it now, but if I'm asking you, can you name or show a record that mentions Jesus during his lifetime? What's your answer? Is it yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, feel free whenever you're ready.
All
right. Here I am, Lord. Feel free to unmute yourself. I did mute you because you have that background noise. Anytime I say noise instead of saying noise.
Quick question, mate. Shaka. Do you have any historical people that you believe existed, that we have historical documents written at the time of their life?
Yes,
circa
years. 2,000 years. I may not have that handy right now, but 1,300 years, 1,000, 3,000 years BC. So basically 3,000 years. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Feel free.
Hang on, I just got to. Could you say that again? The question was, do you have any records of people that you believe existed historically, written at the time of their life, circa 2,000 years? And you said.
Okay, hold on. 2,000 years. What do you mean exactly? You mean 2,000 years ago?
Do you have any historical figures that you believed existed circa 2,000 years that have documents written at the time of their life?
Hold on. When you say 2,000 years, do you no? We speak in English, but 2,000 years is not clear. Do you mean 2,000 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you believe in anyone historically? 2,000 years ago?
Yeah. 2,000.
Do you have any
2,000 years?
Yeah.
2,000 years ago. He doesn't want to hear my answer. He doesn't want to hear my answer. 2,000 years ago, yes, and even older than that, Akhenaten, we have a statue of him with his name written on it, and I'm going to look for the video and show you, right? So he existed circa 1300 BC, circa, right, more or less around, okay? And it is in the British Museum, in the Louvre Museum, you know, but we have also, you know, depictions of him. But the video here is in French, but we can see the artifact. So I'm just gonna, I'm still gonna share the link. So his name is written. He is, you know, he is mentioned during his lifetime, right? And there's many other people, you know, like Amenhotep the third, the one that I've shown, right?
You know Egyptian history. Quick thing. You know Egyptian history. Have you ever heard of a guy?
One second, please. Let me just show to the people. This is the Louvre Museum, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna have the sound, and because the sound quality is not great, I'm gonna stop the music. So I'm gonna move forward a little bit, but for the record, look at the date here. Okay, unfortunately, look, I want to have the better quality 480. Oh, that's the maximum. Now it doesn't show too great, right? But here it says 11th dynasty between 2106 to 1963 BC. So that's around 2000 BC, and we have writing, right? But this one is a person called, hold on, I'm going to tell you his name, and then I'm going to move to Akhenaten, you know, trust me. It says Abkau, chief of, well, I cannot read it too well, you know, but he's called Abkau, okay? So we have writing, like you can see. See, so he is mentioned by name, okay? And you have his family members as well. But anyway, let's move forward to Akhenaten. Hold on, just moving forward. You can see it's buffering a little bit. This is another pharaoh, you know, there's a few. This is Amenhotep III. You see, that's what I have as a background. And then that's the one that I've shown, right? That's Amenhotep III. This is Akhenaten's father.
Is that paper?
Okay.
Are we looking at paper right now?
It is not paper. It is a painting, but it is not on paper. Okay. Now moving forward, so we can see Akhenaten.
Gotta move those goalposts. Gotta move those goalposts.
You can call it that, but you know, Akhenaten. I'm actually speaking. His name is written on that artifact, you know. But anyway, you wanted to, you know, to ask some questions, and feel free, you know.
Have you heard of Tutmosis III in hieroglyphics?
Yes, I've heard of Tutmosis the first. Yes, I've heard of him, you know, and there's a few other Tutmosis. Yes.
Okay.
The majority of the pharaohs, like for example, Tutankhamun, that is nicknamed King Tut in America, we have not only depictions of him, but we have his name also, right? So we have that in his tomb, and we have that in other places. So he is historically attested. There's attestation of his historicity. Come again?
I don't deny what you're talking about at all.
Okay, but Jesus Christ is not attested historically. There is no attestation of his historicity. I'm sorry, of his historicity. You see, and that's why I've been asking about Moses and also about Jesus Christ. For a man who performed miracles, changed the water into wine, multiplied bread and probably fishes as well, resurrected a girl, resurrected Lazarus, healed the ear of a soldier that was cut by his follower, then died, resurrected 3 days later, went up in the sky in front of thousands of people, and yet nobody wrote, hey, this is what I saw today, or nothing survived, nothing remained. And we are talking about the chosen people, the followers of the God, Yahweh. It's quite strange. But this land that is described as evil, right? Egypt, we have so many artifacts that remained and survived. But feel free, Mutaz.
Yeah, but what do you think about the shroud turban, which is the cloth that Jesus was actually wearing?
I was on mute. Yes, I've heard about the Shroud of Turin. There's no writing on it, so we can leave that aside. I can just take like if I do this.
So basically, the Shroud Turin that they found.
And I said, look, this is the Shrine of Turin. This is what they used to cover Jesus's body. You have the right to believe me or not. That's just a claim. There's no name. Is there any name on the Shrine of Turin?
No, but you can see that the face of Jesus.
We don't see any face at all. We don't see any face on the Shrine of Turin.
Are you sure?
Have you?
I'm sure, 100%. Come again?
Okay. I sent you the link, and I want you to see it.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna do something better. Let's see if they have an article on Encyclopedia Britannica. Otherwise, we're gonna go to the people's favorite, which is Wikipedia. So, I'm gonna share the link.
Mutaz.
Yes.
I think we've got enough, here, mate. Do you want to go hunting somewhere else? I can edit up the evidence into it, and we can
hunting somewhere else. What kind of vocabulary? Hunting somewhere. And you're free to leave, but it's funny. So you guys are hunting. Okay, Shroud of Turin, Encyclopedia Britannica. The link is in the chat. And here is the Shroud of Turin here. So
I want you to
there it is.
Zoom in on his face.
Sorry, here I am. Can you please go on mute whenever you don't speak, because you have a loud background noise.
For me?
Thank you. No. Go ahead, Mutaz. Feel free.
Yeah. Can you zoom in his face? This is a very, very old shroud, Turin. It's found somewhere in Jerusalem, which is very close in my home country, by the way. Also, again, can you zoom in his face?
What you call a face? Yes.
Zoom. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Go zoom. Are you scared?
That's what I'm doing. I'm zooming.
Okay.
So you call that a face?
Okay. Stop. Now, does that look like a face or not?
Not to me, no.
To you, no?
No, it doesn't look like a face to me.
Okay. I want you.
So are you saying are you saying that it's the face of? Okay, feel free.
I'm not arguing with you. Look, you believe what you want to believe.
Okay? Oh, feel free. I'm listening.
Yeah. Also, I want you to zoom in also on the blood that is on his forehead.
The blood.
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually blood.
You just want me to zoom in. So you call that blood, right? This thing here.
Yeah, because he used to wear the thing when he was on the cross.
Okay.
What?
So if it is blood, then it is possible to get DNA, right?
Yes, and they did actually got a DNA, but they didn't get the DNA from the
DNA of Jesus Christ.
If you go down, also in his arms, there's like a blood stain.
So hold on. You're saying that we have the DNA of Jesus Christ, right?
The blood.
Oh, what happened?
Ron White actually took a blood sample, and as you can see, this is where the blood got in because of the weapon that the Roman soldier had stabbed him here on his rib, and there's the blood actually still there in the shroud. for about I don't know how long, but you know, it's been
But
it's been
hold on, hold on, Mutaz.
years.
Just to make sure, Mutaz, hold on. You're saying that we have the DNA of Jesus Christ.
No, we don't have the DNA. We have the blood. And Ron White took a blood sample from the Ark of the Covenant when Jesus was crucified. You see, when he was
Okay,
crucified,
but
uh,
can we get DNA out of blood?
no, we can get the chromosome. I never said that we can get the DNA. I said that we can.
I was just asking. You know, I'm not a biologist, so you know, I may not be 100% accurate. You know.
I say my best. Ron White took a blood sample from the Ark of the Covenant when he was crucified. Okay, when he was crucified, blood and water came in, and when the blood water came in, it entered inside the hole where the cross was actually hanging there. Okay, and until it reached to the Ark of the Covenant, this is where he took a sample blood from a far away from the distance, and okay. Now I actually, by the way, I give you the link of the video. Now the picture of the Ark of the Covenant, this is way back in the 90s. So the camera quality wasn't really the best, and the picture was very blurry. So I apologize. This is the best I have. No, this is the best I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convince you. You know what I'm saying? This is what literally we have. So can you please go to the YouTube channel and go to the hour,
If you don't mind, I will do that. I will do that. But I just want to read, what it says on Encyclopedia Britannica. Shroud of Turin, a length of linen that for centuries was purported to be the burial garment of Jesus Christ. It has been preserved since 1578 in the Royal Chapel of the Cathedral of San Giovanni Battista in Turin, Italy. Now, scholarly analysis attempted to use scientific methods to prove or disprove its authenticity have been applied to the shroud since the late 19th century. It was early noticed, 1898, that the sepia tone images on the shroud seem to have the character of photographic negatives rather than positives. Beginning in the 70s, tests were made to determine whether the images were the result of paints or other pigments, scorches, or other agents. None of the tests proved conclusive. I guess we can stop here, So if you believe it's Jesus, feel free. There's no name. Now, where do you want me to go?
Well, there's the video.
And hold on. If you don't mind, this person here, Post Affairs. Do you guys know him?
Well, no.
Because he's posting on the comment on on the stream of Here I Am, Lord Send Me. Now, okay, fine. If you don't know him, you don't know him. Now, you have the right to disagree with me, but you don't have to call me Shakira. Just be respectful, okay? Just go ahead, Mutaz. Feel free.
Well, yeah. By the way, I sent the video on YouTube, and I also typed the timetable that I want you to go so you can see the.
Well, honestly, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 41 minutes, and I'm not really looking forward to watch videos. But if you have articles, right, I'm more than happy to watch, whether it's an encyclopedia or any website. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than happy, But for us to just sit down and look at videos, what you can do in your own time is prepare the timestamp and take the pictures. Yes, feel free.
Yeah, sorry. It's not a video. It's just that, like, I typed the time tabs, so you can go there and skip all the way, so you can see the picture, and that's it.
It's the picture of what?
A picture of the Ark of the Covenant, but the picture.
Oh, okay. Is it okay? Is that the last link that you sent? Okay, so we're gonna see the Ark of Covenant. Okay, all right. Let's have a look.
Very blurry, so that's the best thing that I have.
Okay, so that's a video here. Ron Wyatt Discovery 2022, Gomorrah, Red Sea Crossing, Mount Sinai, sorry, Noah's Ark, Blood of Christ. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to wait for the ad to skip it, and we are going to see the Ark of Covenant. Is that it?
Yes, yes.
Or is it no?
To go away.
Okay, which time frame should I go to? Because it's 2 hours and 29 minutes, 2 hours and a half. Which time frame should I go to?
Okay, go to the 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 2 seconds.
So 2 hours, 14 minutes.
And 52 seconds.
But it's actually 2 hours, 14:49 right now. So
yeah.
Sound,
As you can
let's go.
This is basically the picture of the Ark of the Covenant from behind. You know, as you can see, the picture is not very clear because of the, you know, the quality. And this was back in the day, I believe, in the early 2000.
I'm sorry. You said 2 hours, 14 minutes, 14, and how many seconds?
52 seconds.
Well, is that the Ark of Covenant?
Yes, this is the Ark of the Covenant from behind, not from the front exactly, because Ron White was actually trying to put the camera inside the hole because the Ark of the Covenant is completely covered, and so he tried to.
You know, to me, it looks like popcorn, so you know, or cheese, or you know, it's not clear at all. Like you know, is there any PhD that says that this is the Ark of Covenant?
Okay, but you have to continue watching the video so it can give you what is actually.
Okay, okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. Look, the video is playing.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, obviously some drawing, you know, so that's not the original artifact or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is now Mutaz, you're just maintaining that what we are looking at right now is the Ark of Covenant. Do you?
But the picture is very blurry because you know this was way back in the day. I believe in 2001 or somewhere in the 90s. So you know that's all I have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not trying to convince you again. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's what.
Okay.
What
now, well, thank you very much. Now here I am, Lord, send me. Do you also agree that this is the Ark of Covenant that we are looking at right now?
Yeah, of course I do, because I've watched the whole video.
Okay, thank you. Well, you know, you are always welcome. Yes, go ahead, Mutaz.
Yeah, but if it actually looks like a popcorn, it will actually be white, not gold. Do you agree?
So popcorn is only white?
No, of course.
We don't have no goldish color for popcorn?
It looks very golden. And it has, you know, you can see the lighting. Does a popcorn, does a yellow popcorn has lighting to it? Come on.
Well, the thing is this. Hold on. Yeah, you can ask me. I just want to say this. There is no PhD to my knowledge that says that this is the Ark of Covenant. Go ahead. Here I am, Lord. Go ahead.
Jesus, can you hear me?
Feel free to unmute yourself, brother.
What are your thoughts on this, Jesus? We're discussing your word. What are your thoughts on this? Your name's Jesus, isn't it? Jesus of Nazareth, or just
I'm gonna just
Jesus?
talk to Shaka when it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Okay.
All right. So you get the picture. You heard the claims. But when it's time to produce the data, no records. So let me make my closing remarks. Stay safe, stay healthy. Oh, hold on. Now, some people may say, oh, I was going to show the data, but you know, well, feel free anytime. And as a matter of fact, people don't even have to be in the chat. They don't even have to get on the panel. They can share links in the comment section. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Do it to the nature hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.